how to become a project manager or how I became a project manager. Obviously, my background is in construction architecture. I did my master's in BSc in architecture, but after a while, I realized, quickly that architecture wasn't going to pay my bills. Or well, not in Nigeria, anyways. Alone, like if you're doing that alone. So I decided that I was going to stop doing architecture. I didn't realize that I could be a project manager in construction. Didn't even realize that was a thing on time, but got a role in that. So yeah, that's something I would say maybe start with getting a role in that. Now I'm a project manager consultant. My 9 to 5 taught me a lot of things about being a project manager. You just need to know how to manage people. If you can manage people, then you can manage anything. Time management is also another factor, and being able to process things at once, multiple things at once. So that's something I already could do. It's also something you can learn. You can learn how to manage time and know that, okay, if this process is happening, 2 or 3 other processes can be happening at the same time that process is happening. So project management softwares like Microsoft Project, using Google Sheets, Google Docs, all these things to plan my project. I use Notion sometimes. I use Trello to make sure that things are put in place and there's proper order. And then follow up is actually another thing you should know how to do if you're looking to get into project management. If you're someone that doesn't follow up, then you need to learn how to follow up. You need to learn how to follow up on people. And it's not disturbance, you're just following up. You're just making sure that what you've set out to achieve or the timelines you've set out, things are actually being done. I genuinely have panic attacks when things are not going according to plan. Being able to articulate and know, and then even give ample time so that the people that want to come and work for you, because you know that people would always disappoint. That's another tip. Know that people always disappoint. But let's go back a bit. Knowing that people would always disappoint, give ample time when you're managing your time. And know that if an artisan tells you that this is going to be delivered in 5 days, for instance, you do not take that in. You do not take that for anything. You communicate with the client that this will be delivered in 10 days. So things like that. We're going back a bit to how to start in project management. You don't necessarily have to be in construction like I am. You can be in tech, you can be in agriculture, or anything really for project management. The underlying, basics are still the same, which, like I've said, people management, time management, follow up with people, and then even budget management. Budget management is something I had to learn. I hated talking about money, and I hated money conversations a lot, especially when I, was in my 9 to 5. I would have to follow up with the clients, being able to tell the client that this isn't going according to budget, not in the sense of always having to go back for variations, but just making sure that you give enough contingencies for when things do not go according to plan. Budget management also in the sense that you do not spend more than you've budgeted for, and unless you absolutely need to, especially with the prevailing, Naira rates. Is it prevailing? That's the word. The Naira rates is going, up and down. Well, not down, up continuously. Just making sure you have contingencies, like I said, to make sure that you do not go back to your clients every single time. Customer success. Customer success is also a huge part of project management. Sometimes it depends on what your role is in the company. When I was working my 9 to 5, I had to deal with a lot of customers. Now I don't deal with customers more as much as I deal with shareholders, but then I would interface with the customers. I'll let the customers know what exactly is happening in their project, on their project. Interfacing with clients and customers, one key thing I learned is communication. Communicate. You can never over communicate, which is something I'm actually still learning. As I'm talking to you, I haven't communicated with a client that we have some delays, and I need to text them to do that right now. Thanks for reminding me. But basically, communicate all the time, like as much as you can. Shit. I just saw a message. Communicate as much as you can. You can never over communicate. It's just the same thing as you. Think of yourself. If you haven't heard from someone that you're supposed to hear from, you get antsy. Even if there is nothing to worry about, even if it's bad news, you've just still heard from the person. So communication is actually very, very important when it comes to project management. Communicating with both the clients, the shareholders, whoever you have to communicate with, do it and just let the person know that shit is happening. the ball is rolling off. We have it under control, but the ball is rolling off. Have them know that. So, if for instance you're trying to start and get into project management, I'll say one thing: take a course, but then do not take a course just for taking a course and then saying that, oh, I'm project management certified or something like that, or something, and maybe Udemy course or something. No, take a course, but then while you're taking that course, look for internships, look for roles, look for anything that can show that you're a project manager or you're managing a particular project. Look for that and actually start it. Especially if you're already someone that has started a career and you're looking to port into project management. I think moving forward, I will try to, romanticize project management on this channel to see if it's something that people would actually like to watch. But yeah, project management doesn't have to be hard. I mean, it is hard. It's hard work. You're not going to sleep sometimes, but it doesn't have to be hard, because especially if you've put a lot of things in play and you use all the resources you have at hand. So if you're looking to get into project management, go on internships or take some junior project management roles where you're learning from a senior project manager, and then you can grow into that, and that can be your thing, and then you can become a project manager. There are other ways, but then I think I'll leave that for another video. I actually really, really enjoyed filming this video, but I hope you enjoyed it more. Enjoyed listening and watching more, and I enjoy filming it. Another thing which I would just put out there is that I did not know that project management could be a course, literally a 4-year course in university, till I wanted to become a project manager. So that's also something you can look at doing if you're looking to get into university. I don't know who's watching. Why I love project management is because you can utilize it every single where you go. Whatever industry you're in, construction industry, you can utilize it. The tech industry, whatever industry you're going into, know that you can use, or you really need a project manager, especially for most projects. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.